You were approved for beige, not off-white. This is a clear violation as outlined in Section 3.
The house is in escrow. You'll have to take that up with the new owners.
The first knock hit my front door like it wanted to break in, and when I opened it, 3 HOA people were on my porch with a clipboard, a badge on a lanyard, and a tow truck's amber lights flashing in my driveway at 9:00 p.m., cold air slicing through my t-shirt while the whole street smelled like wet asphalt and someone's burned coffee. The lady in front had a tight smile and a tighter bun. She didn't say hello. She said, "I'm here for your unpaid dues." 6 years. She waved a paper so close to my face I could see cheap printer ink dots. Then she pointed at my car like she owned it. I blinked, because I'd lived here 4 years, and my closing company handled everything. That's when it hit me like a bad movie title coming to life. HOA stormed my porch demanding 6 years of unpaid dues. Then I filed the escrow file. She claimed I owed $4,800, plus late fees, plus a lien they were about to slap on my house. I laughed once, on accident. Her smile fell off like a mask. I tried to be normal about it. I asked for a breakdown, dates, meeting notes, anything. She just tapped her clipboard like it was a judge's gavel. Behind her, 2 bored guys stood there, arms crossed, acting like bouncers at a sad club. Across the street, my neighbor Mr. Lopez cracked his blinds like he was watching a Shark Tank. Another neighbor pulled her dog back inside fast, like fear was contagious. I said, I pay my mortgage. I pay my taxes. I pay my trash. Show me what I missed. Karen said, not Karen, but you know her, said our records show non-payment since May 3, 2018. Pay tonight or we tow. I asked why a tow truck was even here. One of the guys said it's a compliance action. I could feel my face getting hot, but my hands were cold. I called the HOA office number on the paper. No answer. Just a voicemail that sounded like it was recorded in a closet. That's when I drew my line. I told them I'm not paying a dime without proof, and I'm not screaming on my porch like an idiot either. Karen leaned in and said, if you don't cooperate, we can report you for trespass on common property. I stared at her because we were literally on my porch. My porch. I said, okay, I'm going through proper channels. She rolled her eyes like proper channels was a joke. The tow truck driver shrugged at me like he didn't care who was right. I went inside, shut the door, and I heard her say loud enough for my Ring camera, "You people always think you're special." That's when the plan clicked. If they wanted paperwork, I was going to bury them in it. I didn't want revenge with fists. I wanted receipts. Lawful, boring, deadly receipts. At 4:27 a.m. the next morning, I was at my kitchen table with a lamp on, coffee in a chipped mug, and my laptop open like I was studying for court. I pulled every email from my closing, every bank statement, every HOA letter I had ever gotten, which wasn't much because nobody had ever bothered me before. I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder. Then I called my title company when they opened and asked for my escrow paperwork, the full file, not the cute summary. I also filed a public records request with the county clerk for liens, HOA filings, and the subdivision's recorded covenants. 2 days later, the file landed with 63 pages, and I felt my stomach drop in a good way. Right there was the truth: the HOA had been inactive when I bought my house, and my escrow showed a paid status at closing, with zero balance due. It also showed the HOA's name spelled differently than what Karen's paper had. Like someone made it up in a rush. I built a clean story, because facts win faster when they're easy. I made a simple sheet and wrote, Timeline Item 1 April 5 at 4:27 a.m. false trespass call. Timeline Item 2 May 3, 2024 at 9:00 p.m. tow truck intimidation. Timeline Item 3 May 6, 2024 at 11:15 a.m. demand letter with wrong HOA name. I didn't guess. I used dates, times, and screenshots. Then I sent a calm email to the entire board, the property manager, and the HOA attorney listed on their own website. I attached my escrow file and the county records. I asked for a written explanation in 10 business days. Karen replied in 4 minutes with one sentence: pay what you owe or face consequences. No proof. Just attitude. So I forwarded that to the attorney and added one plain line I learned fast: patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. I wasn't threatening. I was stating a fact, and I copied the city's code enforcement email too, because I had a feeling this wasn't their first porch rodeo. The flip happened at the monthly HOA meeting, May 14, 2024, 7:00 p.m., in the community room that always smells like dusty carpet and lemon cleaner. I walked in with my binder like I was bringing homework to a party. Karen was at the front table, acting like she ran the world. I sat down and waited. When they got to my name, she smirked and said homeowner refuses to pay delinquent dues. I stood up and said I'd like to submit evidence. No shouting. No drama. Just paper. I handed copies to the board, the property manager, and the HOA attorney, who looked annoyed until he saw the escrow stamps and the county seal. You could hear phones start recording. Someone whispered, "Oh my gosh, he brought the whole file." Karen tried to cut me off, but the attorney asked her to stop talking. That's when the room turned, like a spotlight swung away from me and landed on her. Neighbors started snickering, then laughing, because Karen's big scary numbers didn't match anything real. A guy in the back said, "Bro, that's not even the right HOA name." Someone else said she tried this on me last summer, too. I counted at least 5 people holding up phones, and one teen zoomed in so hard I felt like a celebrity for all the wrong reasons. The attorney asked the property manager how many complaints they'd had about aggressive collections. The manager cleared his throat and said 9 written complaints since January. 9. Karen's face went shiny, like she was sweating under makeup. Then the big moment hit. The county records showed no lien authority without a recorded covenant update, and their update was never properly filed. The attorney said they could not legally collect back dues the way Karen claimed, and he asked who approved the tow truck. Karen said it was a standard process. The tow truck driver wasn't there, but my ring footage was. I played a 10-second clip on my phone, and the room went dead quiet. 2 days later, a real authority voice finally showed up, not Karen's porch voice. A code enforcement officer emailed me asking for my documentation, because apparently the HOA had been calling in violations on multiple homes to scare people into paying. The officer told me the city had opened a review. A week after that, I got a call from the non-emergency police desk asking about the trespass report, because the address didn't match the story. I gave them the timeline, the ring video, and the emails. I didn't celebrate. I just felt relieved, like I could breathe again in my own house. By June 2, 2024, the HOA attorney sent a letter stating my account was in good standing and the demand was withdrawn. Karen resigned at the next meeting. Funny how resigning sounds polite when you're being pushed out. The neighborhood got quieter after that. Mr. Lopez actually came over with a plate of cookies and said, "Thank you for standing up, because we were all scared." I smiled and told him, "Next time, we stand up together." Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.